Yeah, got the monster hat on. You see the monster hat. The monster hat is on. You know we about to talk. It's your boy LB. Coffee and Mary Jane. We back. We back. We ain't gonna even get too long on this one today. Gotta do a little workout. Make some phone calls. So we just checking in on that Coffee and Mary Jane. To give you some quick information, some quick knowledge about the art of fighting. Lord J-Mo, peace to the gods. Salute. Salute. We in here. We in here. We loaded. We got the coffee. We got David Pollock with the B. Family coming in the building. We got the coffee. Got the Mary Jane. We about to say something. That's right. Smash that like button for your Uncle Burley. Smash that like button. Help get this video out. Share it. Do all of that good stuff. Share it. Smash the like button. Send out the kite. Bang on the drums. Let them know the Burley is here. The Burley is coming. Y'all just seen that reaction I did with Will Smith and Chris Rock and people. You know, I know we all get caught up in the conspiracy theories. They're good stories to tell, a good old-fashioned conspiracy theory. But that was a real slap. That was real emotions. You know, even finding out more about the whole reason. Because I was kind of throwing off like, you know, it's just a joke. You know, it's just a comedian. Because we got to understand, where did the comedian come from? The court jester. Real number 19. The comedian came from the court jester. Who was the court jester? He was the man who tell jokes to keep the king from being unhappy. This is where the comedian comes from. So he relieves the bad energy. So no matter what the joke is, we can't get too mad at the comedian. But looking and seeing that TG, that she's having a problem with alopecia, what's it called? Alopecia? Something like that. Alopecia. It's understand now. It makes a little bit more sense why he was so sensitive to it. At first, I'm like, why you gonna kill the joke man? TG, would it be? It's like, why you gonna kill the comedian? Don't kill the comedian. Comedian's only there to help, you know, take away some of the tension and pressure of the time, because that's what humor is for. So, but now that knowing that his wife studies from alopecia and all of that good stuff, it makes a whole lot of sense why he got so upset. Yeah, that slap was crazy. Crazy business. Ricky Ferguson, what's up, King? Would it be? What's going on? Family coming in the building. Today we're going to talk about one of the biggest elements in fighting. Bigger than technique. I don't want to say bigger than fundamental, but it's up there. And it's one of the hardest ones to master. We already talked about, it's one of the hardest ones to reach excellence in, I should say. Because we know, as we said, mastery is the journey. But reach excellence in this area right here. This area right here is one of the hardest areas to get some to reach that next level in. SKXX, would it be, home? What's going on? So we almost at the 5-minute mark. I'm about to light the stick. I'm about to light the wick of the bomb. Hold on. The bomb about to go off, y'all. I'm about to light this bomb. Here we go. We lighting the bomb. All right. So we're gonna talk about one of the hardest areas to jump levels in when it comes to fighting. Now, technique, fundamentals, the repetition, the coordination, all of those things won't matter if this one thing isn't put in its proper place. Thank you. We work on that defense. If you don't get this one thing to start working, how can I say? Because I don't want to say it has to perform. If you don't get this one area to perform, the other areas are disconnected. But if you can get this area to turn on, everything works. My young fighter just had a fight this weekend. 3 rounds, his first fight. Now, as somebody who's worked with amateurs before, I've seen a lot of men their first fight. And believe you me, that first fight is like when they brought Neil to the top of the building and they told him to jump, and she did the jump to the other side, and Neil was like, what? And he jumped off and he fell to the ground. They was like, well, what does that mean? And he said, everybody falls their first jump. So in your first fight, a lot of young fighters, they fight like their life is on the line. They haven't got the emotional control of being hitting another person. So the fight is very taxing. It's very taxing. And like I said, it almost feels like you're fighting for your life. My young fighter, he went in there and he fought like he was born into a ring. He fought like after the doctor slapped him, they slid him into a ring, and he started picking up the information. So what does that mean? The comfortability of fighting is the key to fighting. I don't care what your technique is. If you're not comfortable fighting, chances are you're not pulling it off. You're not. The comfortability of fighting. And the comfortability of fighting goes on both sides. The comfortability of fighting is also the comfortability with being hit and taking pain. Excruciating pain at sometimes. And still having the fight spirit. See, a lot of people don't know what that is, because they don't get a chance to test it. This is why fighting is so good. Because the adversity is what really tempers your weapon. Adversity, Anthony Anderson, adversity is like the fire to a blacksmith. He forges the weapon in this fire. That's adversity to a fighter. Adversity to a fighter forges the fighter forever. Makes him the sharp katana that he can be. Or destroys him. One of the two. So learning to be comfortable and relax under pressure in the fight is the total fight game. If you can master that, you can make every technique possible to you. You can pull off every technique like a magician pulls the rabbit out the hat. They're just tricks to you. That's all. Once you've mastered that this fight, I like the fight, I like the pain, you start to enjoy the pain. Matter of fact, you start naming the pain. You start giving the pain name. You start giving the different styles of pain names so you can remember them. Like, that's John. That's Dejan. That's Lil Ray Ray. That's Lil Pookie. So what does that happen? So what are you doing? You're mentally mind effing yourself. Because that's our supercomputer. You start mental mind effing yourself. So what happens is you give the pains name. They do what? If you give the pain a name, what's going to happen? You become familiar with it. If you become familiar with it, you start to look past it. It's no longer anxiety to you. It's no longer stress, cortisone in your blood. It's no longer that. Matter of fact, the serotonin now. The serotonin. You start getting that pain, your brain starts releasing serotonin because you're familiar with it. You almost like it. You reach that level of fighting and you will be a warrior that's hard to dispatch. One of the things I heard is we cry in training, so we can laugh on the battlefield. I'm going to say it one more time. We cry in training so we can laugh on the battlefield, people. That's how real it is. So you can laugh on the battlefield. If you can laugh on the battlefield, your victories come like this. You disturb your opponents because your opponents are taking the fight serious. It's a fight for their life. Their life is on the line. There's nothing funny about this. What are you laughing about? So you're already in their brain. You're already in their brain by just accepting the facts of the fight. You can win, you can die. Once you accept both of those facts, Jason, salute. Once you accept both of those facts truly, you become one with the fight. The fight no longer bothers you. Matter of fact, you kind of look forward to it. They said Rocky Marciano was able to fall asleep before a fight. Now, when you see most fighters getting ready for a fight, you see all types of stuff. Some fighters are praying to God. Some fighters are pacing back and forth. Some fighters are calling their loved ones to get some more reassurance. Yo, how am I going to do? I think I did everything. Some fighters are shadow boxing, talking to their coaches. But Marciano had the illest trick of falling asleep. Imagine having to fight Marciano and walking past his locker room and he's in there asleep. Derek, would it be? Would it be? He's in there asleep. Smash that like button for your boy Burley. Smash that like button. Hold on a second. Yeah, he's in there sleeping. Smash that like button. Imagine walking past your opponent's locker room. You look into the locker room. He's in there sleeping. It would totally throw you off. You'll be thinking, this man is sleeping on me. Literally, he's sleeping on my skills. He's not bothered. Because Rocky Marciano could turn that thing off that most men have in them when it's time for battle. And there's nothing wrong with it. As the majority of men, we have the butterflies. Mike Tyson said he was scared before every fight. This is Iron Mike Tyson. Iron Mike Tyson said he was scared before every fight. He felt the butterflies. And he's a warrior. See, fear is not something. When you feel the fear, that's how you know you're alive. Why do you know you're alive when you feel the fear? Because the fear is the anticipation of what can happen. You could live, you could die. So it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just that alarm that lets you know before whatever you're going to do, that's whatever dangerous, that lets you know that these things are possible. But when you have tossed those things aside, like I've already understood that, the alarm gets lower, it gets harder and harder to hear. And before you know it, you don't even hear it no more. Not that you don't stop feeling it, but you don't hear it the way it used to be. So learning to achieve relaxation, which is the function of power. Relaxation is a function of power. Strength is more connected into dynamic tension. Dynamic tension helps build strength. Relaxation helps build power. But power lasts longer than strength. So you want to learn to access your power. Only way to access your power is to relax. You got to calm down. You got to calm down, let it work. The action of flow has no rigidness to it. When you're in the state of flow, you're not in the state of being rigid. You're in the state of flow. You're flowing. You're moving. It's like the ocean. Until it becomes ice, it can't be rigid. It flows. It moves. It seeps. That's how your mind has to be in relaxation. You have to, the ring, the arena has to be your office. When you step into the arena, it should feel like you're stepping into your office. that you're most at home in that arena. Matter of fact, when you outside the arena, you feel strange. You don't feel like everybody else. But when you step into that arena, you feel one with yourself. You feel at home. Those are the fighters that can achieve the highest level and access to the techniques. They are the ones that can use the techniques on a level that you can't even understand. And that's where you can go. So how do you handle being relaxed under fire? First, you have to acknowledge the main thing before a fight. Acknowledging this will help you even before fights and before anything real. You will have to acknowledge your own demise. You have to acknowledge that your life is on the line too. It's like money on the table. You can't bet and just take another man's money and you ain't put your money up. We used to call that ass betting. Ass betting. Trying to bet without nothing to win minds. That's ass betting. Pause. No. When he lay his money on the table, you lay your money on the table. So as you go to take his life, you lay your life down. That is the exchange. When you accept that first principle, it starts to release everything else. You can see clearly that it's not just a fight for his life, it's a fight for your life. And because you know it's a fight for your life, you fight smarter, you fight wiser. But if you're only going out there trying to take another man's life, you are fighting from a place of fear. You're fighting from anxiety. You're fighting from a greedy place. All of these things will lead you to ruin against the right fighter. Now, you may take a couple of victories with some fighters who don't know nothing, but eventually you're going to run into a Burley. And then that's when the journey ends for you. Because you're fighting tense. You're fighting scared. You're fighting mad. Even mad. Even being mad. Rocky Marciano said it. The first person to get mad loses. That's how high level the next level is. The next level of warriors up there in the sky, not dead, leveled up. If you get mad up there, you lose immediately. That's how good they are. That's how good it is up there. And then there's a level over that. But each level, you'll jump through your relaxation. Burleyisms, thank you. That's what we're going to have to start calling these Burleyisms. But each level you jump is because it's going to become from your relaxation of accepting the inevitable. That we fight, we die. That's what we do as men. We fight and we die with honor. And since we have to die, we want to die with honor. So to fight with honor and that integrity that makes men talk about you way after your death is your relaxation. They'll talk about it. It's like, man, it's just what he did. And if you look at anybody at the highest level, the Jordans, the Michael Jacksons, the Chris Browns, look at them. Look at their relaxation in their said art. It's almost like they're doing nothing, but they're doing everything. And then the man that's trying to do everything is doing nothing because he's trying too hard. He hasn't relaxed. He still thinks he has to do something. You don't have to do something. You are the something. See, every time you think in your mind, I got to do something, man, I got to do something, it never gets done, really. Why? Because you can't do what you are. You are the something. The something is doing. The something is doing. You can't do what's doing. I'm getting deep right now, people. You can't do what's doing. So when you say, I'm about to do something, really it gets done. Instead of saying, I am the something that's doing. Say that. I am the something that's doing. And then you will be doing what needs to get done. See, it becomes a whole way of changing the way you think and the way you speak. You're lighting fires in the minds of men. Thank you, SKSX. West NC. And that's the very intention, is to light the fire. Because once I light the fire, the oxygen to keep it alive, and then it'll become an inferno. And when we become an inferno, oh man, the powers that be are in trouble. When we become an inferno, the powers that be are in trouble. Shigadobi, I done butchered your name. What's up? Welcome to the chat, baby. Welcome to the chat. We up in here burning. Got the coffee. So it's all about your words. Like when I met Gunham Burley Peter Couch, and he was teaching me something. He said, you can't teach through negativity. You shouldn't teach through negativity. What does that mean? Instead of saying, don't stop, don't throw from the hip. I say don't throw from the hip, and that's a good technique. That's a good that's a good tip. Tip is to throw from here, but I'm telling them don't throw from the hip. So I'm using the negative word don't. So the negativity hits them first. Bang. Don't what? And then it freezes the information. So you want to teach through positive words. So instead of saying don't throw from the hip, I tell him punch from the eyebrow. And even though when he's doing this and he's punching, he's literally punching from the hip, I don't use negative words because words are that powerful, people. Spiritual and mental abuse lasts longer than physical abuse. I can punch you in the eye. A week later, your eye be straight again. No one knows that I punched you in the eye. I can punch you in your soul when you're 5 years old, and you can carry it into 60. Punch you into your soul when you're 5 years old. Bars. But you can carry that. Wait to your deathbed. You'll still be thinking about those words I said to you. So that's the power of words. So if words have these powers, we can use them against ourselves to build ourselves up. So instead of talking in negative terms, especially when trying to move something forward, always talk forward. So you project forward. Because there's only forward. Really, what else do we know besides forward? No one knows back. We haven't got the time machine yet. Or maybe they do. But we haven't heard of the time machine yet. So there's really only one direction in life. It's forward. So if you're not moving forward, you're stalling. Because you can't go back. And you really can't stop. In your mind, you can go in your room, throw the covers over your head, try to hide in your closet. But time ain't stopping. You're just hiding in the closet. So forward is the only direction we know. That's why they said if you're going to fall forward. And because you fall forward, you're making progress. And the progress of being relaxed in what you do. And when you become relaxed in what you do, you become relaxed in what you are. The direct result of the universe having flesh. We are the flesh version of the universe. And we may not be the only version of the universe, but we are this version of the universe. Making us gods, making us wield the power, making us hold the power of will to control the inward, not the outward, the inward. Because if we control the inward, then we can steady the ship. To be the eye of the storm. What's the eye of the storm? You are the middle. When everything is swirling around you crazy, you are the middle, centered, untouched, perfect. You become the eye of the storm in every aspect of your life. Because the storm ain't going nowhere. Certain Other people haven't found their eye yet. So they're just a whirling tornado that can even knock you over. That's the thing. That's the thing about this life. Sometimes it doesn't have to be your mistake that kills you. It could be the mistake of somebody else. But we have to accept that. That's the deal life is giving us. Is that, yeah, you have, but other lives matter. We are connected. You are an individual through connections. So we're not independent, we're interdependent. You can't reach success without other people. Who's going to buy the streams? Even if your song is hot, what does it matter if nobody buys the streams for you to survive off it in that manner? So no matter what, we're always going to need other people. But now this becomes the puzzle. You need other people, but you can't let them affect who you are. But you need them. You need them throughout your life. But you can't let their words and their actions and their feelings affect who you are. That becomes the tricky road, because energy is contagious. So you have to build up such a force field around yourself that you can be amongst low energy, because we all want to be around high vibrational people. That's what we find, high vibrational people. Yeah, that sounds good, but that's not always true. Sometimes you're going to be around some low vibrational people, some mid-range vibrational people. Bringing the black. Sometimes you're going to be around those people, and you're going to still have to survive. You can't always, we get in this thing where we always want to be around good people. Dropping science bombs, thank you. That's the punk way out. You always want to be around high vibrational people. It sounds like a good dream. It sounds like a good dream, but it's not the reality. Sometimes you got to be around the low vibrational people, because maybe your high energy will bring them up. He said you should have showed Chris Rock. Facts. Facts. Maybe your high energy can bring them up. Maybe it was maybe it was your destiny to cross this low vibrational person and turn him into a high vibe. Turn into a high vibe. Kenyard. Oh, $10 for my brother, Paul Ruffin. Dropping pure facts as usual. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Vibrate higher. Andre 3000 sang it the best. Marcus Whitty. $10 super chat for Paul Ruffin, my brother, always showing love, because we professionals up in here. We are professionals. But as I said, we can't always want to walk amongst the flowers, because sometimes you got to crawl amongst the thorns. You can't always walk in the flower bush. Sometimes you got to crawl amongst the thorns, getting ripped, getting scraped. The adversity. A man who only looks for the rose bush will die when he hits the thorns. The man who only looks for the rose bush will die when he hits the thorns. And the man who stays the pessimistic man who only sees thorns will never smell the roses. See the differences? So you got to hit it right in the middle. This is what Tai Chi was talking about when Tai Chi says the Tai Chi middle. This is what Tai Chi means. The Tai Chi middle is hitting it right in the middle. You love the smell of the roses, but you are prepared to suffer the thorns. Bars. Press 1 for me, people. You love the smell of the roses, but you're prepared to suffer the thorns. Press 1. Who with me? Where my warriors at? Press 1. You love the smell of the roses, but you're prepared to scrap with the thorns. Think the professor, Rich Gang in here. See, that's where you got to fall. You got to fall right in the middle. You can't love the roses more than you love the thorns, and you can't hate the thorns more than you love the roses. Each extreme brings about a ruin that will haunt you for the rest of your life. You have to hit the middle. You got to hit it right in the middle. And the only way to hit it right in the middle is to be relaxed. Because when you're relaxed, you see the middle. But when you're not relaxed, you'll never find the middle. You have to calm the monkey spirit. We all have a monkey spirit. It's what the Chinese talked about. The monkey spirit, the agitated monkey, the energetic monkey. He just always moving. He can't calm down. He'll kill you if you can't calm him down. So this is the highest level you can go to in your fight, is when the fight is no longer the fight. When the arena becomes your playground, you become a warrior unmatched. When the arena turns into a jungle gym for you, you become a warrior unmatched. But as long as it still looks like an arena, you still have ways to grow. Because you see it as the arena, you see it as a place of hurt, a place of death. You still have agitation in you. But those that see the arena as a jungle gym, it's a playground. Oh, they kill at will. They kill at will. Those are the ones that become the Padmes, that kill at will. And killing doesn't always mean just slaying of the man. Even in the Kill Bill movie, when she got up there and she reached Padme, we seen how unbothered Padme was. A disdain for anything else he had. That was his relaxation. His disdain for anything lower than him. Because he was so relaxed in his skill set, he knew he could kill at will. That's what you want to become. So relaxed in your skill set that you can kill at will. The arena becomes the playground. You do not hate the thorns more than you love the roses, and you do not love the roses more than you hate the thorns. This is just a quick touch, but we'll be back. As always, hands up, chin down, rumble, young man rumble. Salute.